Hey, what up guys? So we're back with another Star Wars reaction video. If you're new channel, welcome. This one was recommended to me by one of my viewers, and this one is called All Imperial Ranks of the Galactic Empire, and it's supposed to be canon. And it's by Imperials Explained Star Wars. So shout out to Imperials Explained Star Wars for creating this video. Now when it comes to the ranks, you could see it on many of the officers. It's right here. It's those blue and red rectangles or squares, however you want to see them. And the only ones that I see really different are Grand Moff Tarkin and Grand Admiral Thrawn, because some of they have a few yellow, I don't know what to call them, a few yellow rectangles, which many of the officers don't have. So that signifies a much higher rank, and they do deserve it because they're Grand Moff and they are Grand Moff and Grand Admiral. So I'm really excited to learn a little bit more about the Imperial ranks, because I basically went through Star Wars just hoping that one of the characters would say to them saying lieutenant or captain. So I'll be like, okay, so he's a captain, okay, so he's a lieutenant, because just by looking at them I'm still going, so what is his rank? But hopefully this video will clear it up. So without anything else, let's jump into it.
Since Disney bought the Star Wars franchise in October 2012, there have been many additional Imperial ranks and insignias added to the original Imperial plaques, covered from the original movies. Although some say the ranks are just an uncoordinated set of costume designs, there is clearly a general structure, but the problem lies with the insignias between ranks which have been issued and the growing number included, depending on the Imperial branch or even in which the production is set within the Star Wars timeline. For this second video in the series, which reviews the Imperial military ranks, I wanted to explore more extensively over a rank plaque chart created by King Doran, published on Reddit, who very kindly provided their explanations to the chart's details from Canon material. The chart covers the rank insignias from the formation of the Galactic Empire leading up to the Battle of Yavin, and the information is sourced mainly from Wikipedia, but also from Rogue One and the Solo visual guides related to David Crossman's chart, which was intended to conform to John Mollo's system from A New Hope and The Empire Strikes Back. Insignias from Andor are also covered, which outline some inconsistencies which conformed to Crossman's chart. Just as a call-out, double row rank plaques are included due to their appearance in Star Wars Rebels under the branch sector or fleet command staff. Starting from the top of the chart, the Emperor, of course, is the highest commander of the entire
there's
military,
only one of those.
and secondary to that was the leader of the Imperial ruling council, Masamida, and thirdly, the Emperor had his Imperial advisors, including members of the Imperial ruling council. The advisors were occasionally permitted to appoint a Grand Moff to an oversector and a Moff to a sector. However, appointing a Grand Admiral, in which only two ever were named in canon, could only be appointed by the Emperor himself, those being Thrawn.
I don't know who the other
Ray
one
Sloane.
is.
Additionally, the Emperor could only appoint a Grand General, in which also only two individuals have ever been named in canon, Cassio Taig and Kenna Loring. Its arrangement of the coloured tiles matched the equivalent rank of Grand Admiral. However, in the case of a Grand Moff or a Moff in canon, these insignias should have a different arrangement as the chart rightfully displays. For the next row down, the double row rank plaques of Fleet Admiral and Sector General have been aligned in this chart by the sector-specific design schema in the visual guides. The double row ranks are interpreted as Navy Fleet grade, or in the case of the Army, a sector grade equivalent officer of a higher class at the Imperial Academy.
Oh, okay.
The evidence used for this was from Director Krennic's equivalent rank plaque to a Fleet Admiral of 6 red tiles over 6 blue. However, in this case, the rank
so he was a sector general in a way.
Is there to act as the Fleet Admiral's Army equivalent grade. Although I myself feel this rank in canon could have been represented by 4 red tiles over 4 blue, but it's an interesting idea. The entire double or single row system will be taking an Imperial fleet and having all the fleet grade officers wearing double row rank plaques aboard a flagship or other important vessels or fleets, whereas for small patrol vessels or groups, these will be manned by standard naval officers, for example a small fleet, security vessels or Navy command cruisers. The chart has attempted to incorporate all the named ranks from canon and align the visual ranks to the Crossman's chart as best as possible. The next row of ranks represents the standard single row insignias for various line, operational, security, starfighter corps and stormtrooper corps class of ranks. As accurately represented here, all generals and admirals held 6 tiles. The following 2 rows are a combination of vice and rear admirals, lieutenant generals and major generals, who were also very senior officers holding key positions within the military.
So the main difference is the branches.
Although most insignias look recognisable from various characters I can think of, a odd occurrence with the Vice Admiral rank is in the case of Vice Admiral Rampart, whose 2 blue and 4 red insignia in the Bad Batch appears to be with 1 blue and 5 red, as opposed to a Rear Admiral, who does have a 2 blue and 4 red insignia. From my own knowledge, this is where it gets more confusing, as Admiral Motti from A New Hope also held 2 blue and 4 red, whilst sitting on the Joint Chiefs as an Admiral. Moving swiftly on, the ranks below are the Colonel, Commodore, Lieutenant Colonel and Vice Commodore levels of insignias, although the ranks appear to be familiar from various Star Wars productions. One interesting spot for me here is the insignia for the unfortunate J-Hole Behaze as a Major General, and the Army Operations Colonel Pettigar from Andor. As we move further down the ranks, a whole collection of senior captains, majors, captains and lieutenant commanders
There's a senior
make the chart
captain?
understandably complicated, with each branch of the military displaying multiple plaques for a mid-level type of officer. Although there are plenty of plaques which look familiar here and belong to various characters such as the ISB Captain Legret, Army Lines Senior Captain Bragg and the Navy Lines Captain Corsin, as well as several other officers seen in Star Wars productions such as Captain Tigo from the Stormtrooper Corps, and interestingly the Naval Security Captain aboard the Campbell-class Arrester cruiser from Andor. Further down the ranks were the insignias belonging to various grades of lieutenant, including characters such as the Army Lines Lieutenant Gorn and the unidentified Naval Security Lead Lieutenant seen in Obi-Wan Kenobi. Other recognisable insignias here belong to the Lieutenant Junior grade officer seen in Rogue One, and even the ISB's Attendant Hurt from Andor, who holds a comparable rank. But to round up the chart, I think it's an excellent compilation of rank insignias across all various Imperial military branches, and brings plenty of context to the different types of insignias and uniforms worn by officers of Star Wars productions to date.
Alright, so that was all Imperial ranks of the Galactic Empire canon. Now, what I find interesting is, if you compare it to like right now in like today's society, or like in the real world, like our world, not in Star Wars universe, we have the exact same insignia when it comes to every single branches. Like the not the enlisted side. I'm talking about officers. The officers rank insignias here. So this is a second lieutenant, and this is what I'm gonna be wearing this upcoming weekend. But this video will already be will be posted afterwards, so you got this will be my rank. This is a second lieutenant. But however, when it comes to the Navy, the rank is called ensign. So basically, what I'm trying to say is the insignia looks exactly the same, but however, the name of the rank is different when it comes to different branches. But in here, excuse me. In here, the ranks look different, and also the names are different. Well, I mean, the names are pretty much the same, but the ranks are different, and also the names are also actually, you know what, the names are also different, but then again, it's different branches. So that was the biggest difference I saw between the Army and the Navy. But I did sneak a peek at the rank I would be if I was in the Imperial Army. If I was a second lieutenant, I would have one red rectangle, one blue rectangle. So like one red, one blue right here. So I find that really interesting. But anyways, that's going to be it for today, guys. So thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video, because I really did. This is going to take some time to like memorize, but it's a start. That's how I see it. So thank you so much for watching, guys. Hit that notification bell so you know when I drop another video. And if you guys have any other videos you guys want me to check out, please put it down in the comments below. And thank you so much for tuning in. I really do appreciate it. It helps out the channel. And until then, I'll see you guys next time.